Hey guys, and welcome to my stimulus package update and stimulus check update. Wow, I haven't said those words in so long. I want you guys to know that I missed you more than you missed me, and I'm happy I'm back here for you with another video just to give you my perspective on everything that's been going on.
Would you be eligible? Yeah, absolutely, you would be eligible. So I do have some further information on that, which I'll cover here in just a second, but that's the simple answer. Yes, absolutely, you would be eligible for these, because remember this much, it's based on income, okay? These are the parameters to determine who would be eligible for these guaranteed basic income programs, otherwise known as monthly checks going out on an ongoing long-term monthly basis. They look at your income. So it doesn't matter if you already have income, maybe from a fixed income benefit, like all those I mentioned just a second ago. You could be working and have an income there. It could be a low income. Basically, they just look at your income that you would possibly report on a tax return, and they say, okay, great, your income is below the threshold that we've identified, which, by the way, the threshold is $75,000 a year. That's what they determine as low income. I don't know, it seems like a really high threshold to me, but that's what they determine as low income. And they basically look at it and say, okay, your income is, $10,000 a year, or $12,000 a year, or $16,000, or $8,000, doesn't really matter. If you're below the $75,000 threshold, they look at it and they say, yep, you meet the criteria, your income is below the threshold, congratulations, you are eligible for the program. Does not matter if your income comes from fixed income benefits, like I've been mentioning throughout the video, or if it's low income from a job, it does not matter. It's all about income, doesn't matter where the income comes from. Let me give you a quick example on this. I promise I'll make this quick. All right, so around the entire country right now, there are like 60 plus of these guaranteed basic income programs. Essentially, it is a monthly check going out, no strings attached. They are going out to the lower income people. Some of these individuals that are drawing on these programs right here, right now, are already receiving some kind of benefit, maybe like SSI, SSDI, retirement, maybe TANF, temporary assistance for needy families, maybe SSI or SNAP benefits. It doesn't matter. It is in conjunction with these benefits. It's above and beyond those benefits. So it does not impact those benefits. It's not counted as income. It's not taxable in many instances because it's just sent out like a monthly check, just like a refundable tax credit would be on your tax return. Now again, in some instances, it may be different based on the program, but in a general sense, it is a no strings attached payment. Or, yeah, no strings attached. NSA, some people refer to it as a no strings attached payment. Essentially, you get the money, you get to do whatever you want with it, just like the stimulus checks that we received over the last couple of years here, the $1,200, the $600, and the $1,400 checks that we got. Basically, you get the check and you can do whatever you want with it. You can save it, you can spend it, you can do anything. It does not matter. It's at a no strings attached payment. That's exactly what these programs are all about. That's what's so cool about them, right? You get the money, and you can do whatever you see fit with your situation. Everybody's situation is different. That's why it is so nice, because it is so incredibly versatile. It just helps out a lot of people right there, right? So that is one good question right there is, will you be eligible? Yeah, absolutely, you would be eligible. Next question being, next question is, would this replace your fixed income benefit? No, it would not replace your fixed income benefit. So if you're receiving, let's just say SSI $841 a month, or SSDI $920 a month, or whatever it happens to be, doesn't really matter what it is, the benefit or the amount you're receiving. If you're receiving a fixed income benefit, no, this would not replace your benefit at all. It would be above and beyond, just like the examples I just gave you, in the form of these monthly checks as a result of these guaranteed basic income programs all around the country right now. Again, this is why these programs are so amazing and so powerful, because it's above and beyond what you already have coming in from maybe any other types of income. Doesn't really matter. It's all about income, remember. Now again, I want to throw this out there because I'm guessing I'll probably have a couple questions on this, so let me just lay this out here for you right now. Now, I'm guessing that some of you probably don't file tax returns. In fact, I know that as a fact simply because I've seen your comments down below saying, hey, I receive fixed income, I don't file a tax return because I don't need to, my income is low enough. Would you still be eligible? Well, yes, but again, here's the deal. Would you need to file a tax return? Again, I don't have a solid answer on that quite yet. Here's why. We don't know if they would maybe contact the Social Security Administration like they did with the stimulus checks and be like, okay, Give us your, give us the roster, give us the names of all the people who have income under this threshold, which would essentially be almost everybody that receives those benefits, and then they just do it from there. Or maybe they would say, hey, this one time we've got to get you to file a tax return just so that we can see your income, and then you'll be eligible. Again, I don't know the solid answer on that. I'm simply saying, even if you're a non-filer, don't really worry about it. Seriously, they have ways to figure out what your income is. Trust me, they know everything about us, right? The IRS, they have all of our information, whether you file or you don't file. All of that information from Social Security, it's all furnished to the IRS every single year. So they know what our income is. Don't worry, they know. So even if you're working and have an income, don't worry. All that income and information that they have is sent back to the IRS. That's why they collect our Social Security numbers, because they take that number and that's our identification number, right? And then they send all that information as far as our income to the IRS, and they know that information. So not a big deal, seriously. As we do get more information on any of that stuff, of course, I'll continue watching it, and I'll bring you any additional information as I do get more. So yes, pretty good stuff. Now, one other thing I want to lay out as well, and I mentioned this in the video yesterday as well. Okay, so this original proposal and the bill came out at $1,200 per month. Amazing, right? That'd be so great. But is there a likelihood that this would likely be maybe, shaved down a little bit? I would say there's probably a pretty high likelihood that this would be shaved down, because $1,200 a month is great. It would be life-changing for a lot of people, and it'd be really, really good. But at the same time, I honestly don't know if it's all that realistic. It's very, very good. I don't want to be here, saying, oh, watch out, they're not going to give us the $1,200. I'm just being real with everybody right now and saying the likelihood of $1,200 would be awesome. Super, super cool. But I don't know if it's all that realistic. I could see it being shaved down to maybe 1,000, 700 or 800, maybe even 500. But just like any good negotiation, start high, and then you have the ability and you have the wiggle room to actually come down a little bit. If she would have come out with her original proposal at 500, well, then that's a bad situation, because then all of a sudden you don't really have any negotiating room. So again, just being honest with you, I'm being real, and I'm being a realist with everything going on here. $1,200 would be amazing, but I do think it's maybe above the parameters of what they would actually be willing to actually come out with and actually approve. But I do think something along the lines of anywhere between maybe 500 and 800 would be much more realistic. And let's be real, would that be life-changing still? Yeah, I think all of us can agree that that would still be very, very life-changing for a lot of people who are low income or fixed income, right? So, again, everybody's situation is different. I don't know your situation. I don't know how much it would really take, but realistically, 500, 800, 1,000 would certainly be better than zero, right? I think all of us can agree on that much, right? So anyway, how would this program actually be implemented? Now, I did see a couple comments from people reaching out saying, this would never happen in my state. Well, that's the cool thing, is this is actually being introduced as a nationwide program. Nationwide being instituted by the federal government. Amazing. Again, another amazing point about this program. Because here's the thing. States can only operate within the borders of their state. If you're in the state of Florida, they cannot implement this kind of program. If it's implemented in Florida, they can't go out to Texas and be like, hey, we're going to do it in Texas also. It doesn't really work that way. States can only operate within the borders of their state. That's the only thing they can do for this within the state and the residents of their state. However, the federal government, they can do everything across the entire country, all the states, all the districts, all the territories. That's why anything that is federal is way more powerful, because they have the ability to be far-reaching across all states, all territories, everything, all the districts, everything of the country, right? So that's why this program is so incredibly powerful. As a nationwide program implemented by the federal government, that would be way, way more powerful than a state program. So even if your state would not do this, don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with your state. It's all about the federal government. So just like right now, we're dealing with all these different states right now that are offering stimulus checks or tax refunds or, hiring bonuses. There's all kinds of different things that are going on the state level. But on the federal level, we're still kind of waiting for them to do something. That's why, somebody living in Indiana can't take advantage of a Indiana state stimulus check in for somebody living in Ohio or something like that. You know what my point is?
Alright guys, this is all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really missed you. Hopefully I'll see you here again very, very soon. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about here in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you all. Please hit the like button on the video, share this video with your friends and family, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be notified that whenever I publish new videos for you. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.